So you fill the water up, to like in the rim here, okay? And then you put these on top.
With your cut up vegetables.
Right. So if you're doing, so what you do is you take this and you cut up a vegetable. I'm going to do that right now. So here we go. I'm going to take this cucumber. Right here, and please, no comments. Or go ahead, just comment away. Okay, so now I'm going to cut it. You ready? I'm cutting the cucumber in half. Okay, and wait till you see what this looks like.
Did you grow that cucumber?
I did not. This came from a friend's garden. A friend gave me this cucumber, and they said it was from a colleague's garden, grown in the Chicago area. Look at these. This thing is just big. Okay. I just wanted to do that to show you. Okay. So now we have broccoli. Okay.
George Bush's favorite vegetable.
What?
George Bush's favorite vegetable.
Oh yeah. I think he didn't like it. Okay, so I'm going to cut this real quick. So I'm just cutting up the stem because no one eats that anyway. Okay.
Very fibrous.
It's very fibrous. So now what you do is you take it in here. Okay, right. Like just dump it. Oops. Make sure it doesn't fall. Okay, make sure it doesn't fall. And then you put it. You would plug this in.
Here, I'll hold it.
Okay, so up higher. Good. Okay. You put this on top. You turn the dial to however long it's supposed to be, which I think for broccoli is about 20 minutes or something. And you plug it. You make sure it's plugged in so it'll work. And you put the top on. Thank you, Tom. There. Yes. And then you let it go, and the steam comes up, and it steams the broccoli. Now, if you have 2 pieces in there, it'll just take a lot less time. But there you go. It's quick and easy. It's healthy. It holds in the nutrients. Easy to clean up. It's just water, and there's no carcinogenic stuff from the barbecue. There you go. Does that make sense, Tom?
Makes sense.
Okay.
Perfect sense.
Yes.
I love the steamed vegetables.
Yes. And who doesn't love cucumbers, really? You like cucumbers, too.
I had cucumber salad last night.
How was it?
It was great. My wife made it. One of our neighbors gave us a cucumber.
Cucumbers must be a really big deal right now. It's September, like I said.
It's harvest time. Everybody's garden
yes.
is ripening all at the same time. We got tomatoes, too.
We were talking before about the nano car, and you were talking about safety features that have to be put on it.
Right.
And right now it is it's a 2-cylinder, and it's a 4-passenger 2-cylinder made by Tata Motors, which is an Indian company, which also owns some American.
Jaguar. They own Jaguar, and they own Land Rover.
Yes. And this car is an aluminum car, but it would have to, I guess it would have to raise the emission standards and other things. But we were talking before about Colonial, and we want to discuss briefly what happens.
Well, it seems ironic to me that what used to be the colony is now owning companies that were part of the so-called mother country. A few hundred years ago, India had a thriving economy. They were the Mughals were a world power, and unfortunately, I think you can get some discussion about this. I don't think they really comprehended what changes could happen with the Industrial Revolution, because the British were able to take raw cotton from India, take it all the way back to England, process it, and then bring it back to India and sell it cheaper than the Indians were making it themselves in the country.
And then in India, where the natural resources came from, they actually had to pay more than it cost England to produce it.
Right. And also,
lot
they had the advantage of the railroads, electric communication, the telegraph, and their weapons were more advanced. So they were able to pretty much impose their will as they wanted to. But now, a couple of hundred years later, the shoe's on the other foot.
Where did you go in Europe, and what were you doing?
Well, we spent a little time in the UK. Then we went through Germany and Austria to Budapest. We went to the Hungarian Grand Prix, the Formula One Grand Prix.
How was that?
It was an experience. It was really an experience. Hungary is an unusual place. Their language is not related to any other language in Europe. Hungary is very similar to the U.S. because there was this one core group of the Magyars, and they didn't really have enough population for the whole country, so they invited Germans, they invited the Slovenes, they invited all these other ethnic groups to live and populate in Hungary, and they started to have the same issues that we're having here with language. What's the primary language that we're going to use? Whose culture is going to dominate?
Okay.
And that really became an issue with they invited a lot of Germans to live in Hungary.
So is Hungary sort of like a melting pot, like
Yes,
the U.S. is?
exactly,
Oh, okay.
exactly.
Interesting.
But unlike the U.S., they were kind of overrun by the Ottoman Empire, and they never really recovered from that.
Okay.
When they managed to get them to leave, they sort of got taken over by the Austrians. And the Austrian emperor was also the king of Hungary.
Oh, so you sort of expanded.
Right.
Okay, interesting. Now, speaking of foreign countries and exotic places, tell us your life's dream.
Oh, my life's dream! I just had
your
it the other day.
Yeah, everyone should have a life's dream.
Because I was reading one of my newsletters that I get,
Yes.
my industry newsletters, and I saw a television station that was for sale in the U.S. Virgin Islands, and I thought, that's it. I'm going to buy lottery tickets. I know I can buy this TV station, and
Right.
I could live there, and I could make myself happy running Star Trek reruns and Bonanza reruns and living in the sun and living on an island. That would be a good place to go.
It's nice that your dream includes doing something similar to what you do in your everyday life.
Well, when you really think about it, I'm not qualified to do anything else. I've never worked in any other business in my life. All I know how to do is create programs
Nice,
and
cool.
work in the television business.